Yeah, it's interesting. What's happened is in previous polls, it hasn't looked like it was going to be that easy a task for Nigel Farage. What they've done now, though, is the latest polling, which has been done by a UKIP supporter himself. They've actually used Nigel Farage's name, and when that name recognition is put in, it does put him further ahead. Now, of course, there's a long way to go here, but I think they're feeling pretty buoyant about all of that. The question is, how would they use their influence if they do get several MPs into the House of Commons? Let's discuss it further with the party's migration spokesman, Woolfe. What would be your priority as a party if you had quite a few MPs in the House of Commons? What would you be demanding from whoever the government is?
Well, clearly, first of all, we'd want an immediate referendum with the terms that Nigel has already set out, that there must be British citizens with passports, that we have the right question, and that would be fair funding, and that would be in the short term rather than the long term that we've seen from the Conservative Party. I think we also have to look at some of the safeguards that we want in the National Health Service, and also in relation to removal of the bedroom tax, which we think is very important. On migration, I believe there are some things that we can do irrespective of whether we're in the European Union or not. I think he has to agree with the 2,500 new border agents staff that we want, the improvement in the technology system. They failed once by having to pay Raytheon, a company, £250 million, but we believe that system can work providing we have a single line for British citizens and one for the rest of the world.
Can I just ask you, we were talking just now regarding tuition fees actually, but about students coming into this country. You actually think foreign students should be welcome here?
Yes, we believe that foreign students actually have a good contribution to our university system and the health and well-being of many cities. What we think, therefore, is that those numbers that are coming here are included at the moment in the immigration figures for net migration. We believe they should be taken out, and I'd like to see the Labour Party support that. I've heard that they will, and that would be a very good move for ourselves to do so, because it gives some security to universities that we're considering a very important part of our economy.
Now, we were hearing just now that this rally, this conference is all about Nigel Farage, it's all about getting him elected. Is it still a one-man show?
Well, absolutely not. You've seen us out there, how many good candidates. I put two very good candidates on stage with myself, and I've been wandering around shaking hands with people who are telling me their stories and how close they believe they are, many that we think that we're going to win. And these are not in our target areas, and I'm speaking to someone...
Do you really think you could get more than 3 or 4?
Oh, I definitely think we can get more than 3 or 4. I've been an old, kind of Mancunian. We didn't win the title with Man United for decades, and then we won a load in a row, so they'll turn around and say I'm the harbinger by only suggesting 6 to 8. But I'm having to reflect on that today by the stories of our candidates telling me how well they're doing in the constituencies, and that reflects the numbers that you saw with Nigel today, who's now well ahead.
OK, thank you very much indeed. So certainly a certain amount of optimism here, as you might expect, amongst the party faithful, all now waiting for their leader to fly in from America and make his speech this afternoon.